Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise. We are sitting here in early August, just wrapped up the draft, the All-Star game, the Futures game, the trade deadline. And you can see we are 8 games back in the division. And in the wild card, we are 3.5 games back. We made 3 trades last episode. Picked up Sam Basallo from the Orioles for Xavier Isaac. Picked up Evan Carter from the Rangers for Drew Rasmussen, and we picked up George Klassen from the Angels for Brandon Lau. And we're going to get a look at some of those guys in this episode, but we also had players eligible for arbitration and for free agency, and we went ahead and did extensions for 3 of those players. Shane Baz signed him to a 2-year, $41.73 million contract to avoid arbitration. Wanted to get that signed now, so if I wanted to trade him in the offseason, we could do it at any point. And if we don't trade him, then we've got him for the next 2 years for sure. Also brought back Pete Fairbanks, 2 years, $21.3 million. So we have our closer while Rod Guy will step into the bullpen as a setup guy and be ready to take over when Pete's contract is done. And then we signed Evan Carter to a 2-year, $14.5 million contract. So he is signed. We'll have him in our outfield as well. What that will do is allow us to trade Johnny DeLuca in the offseason. He is eligible for arbitration, and it's going to cost us north of $7 or $8 million, and I don't want to pay that for a guy with those hitting ratings and losing his job possibly to Evan Carter in center field. We got Sanchez and Murray holding down right for now, although one of them is going to play left. And Evan listed as a left fielder. If we trade DeLuca, I'm going to change his position back to center field, and he'll start in center field. And we'll give left field to either Figueroa, Morel, Sanchez, or Murray next year, with one of those guys DHing and one of them on the bench. It's very possible we could trade Morel in the offseason as well, as we try to consolidate our starters and get a good group of young guys and just let them go. So what we were going to do in this episode is I am going to quickly get us through the month of August. I might show a player lock with Evan Carter so we can get our first look at him in the lineup. But once we get to the September call-up date, then I will bring up Andres Figueroa and Lou Garcia. I originally thought I would bring them up in the middle of the month and let them play 2 more weeks at the major league level, but we're not making the playoffs. We don't need them to be qualified for the playoff roster, and I want them to stay down in the minor leagues, facing lesser competition, hopefully boosting their ratings a little bit more, and we'll get them up at the beginning of September, show both of them in their major league debut, and we will have a look at a very youthful lineup. As you'll see, the top rated players on our team, we have Lou is already an 82, Caminero 78, Carson's an 80, Trey Morgan 78, Sanchez 77, Basallo 75, Carter 75, Jackson Ferris 75, Figueroa's a 73, Pete Murray's a 73. We're going to have a ton of young players on our major league roster next year. And right now, while I'm thinking of it, we also have a battle for the number 5 spot in the rotation since we traded away Rasmussen. We have George Klassen and Hunter Barco. I'm going to split those starts between the 2 of them and see how they do pitching in the number 5 spot. And as I said, we also have Jackson Ferris who could step into that role next year. And if we happen to trade Shane Baz, then we'll have 2 spots open for young pitchers. But we'll look at that in the offseason. So without further ado, I'm going to go in here and we'll get some games simmed off camera, and I will get to an Evan Carter player lock game, and then we will jump to September, get these major league debuts in, and get to the end of this season. So next episode, we can get to the offseason and make some trades and try to rework this team, find some more contact and power guys, and do something while we still have these good young pitchers under contract that can carry us in the playoffs if we can find enough offense. And we get our first player lock with Evan Carter. We just picked up from Texas in the Drew Rasmussen trade and taking on the Rockies in Colorado. See Michael King's on the mound for the Rockies. They're wearing their new City Connect uniforms. And we get to see Carter right away here in the first inning with 2 outs and nobody on. See what he did in his time in Texas this year. Did not have a lot of plate appearances. And it's going to be a smash up the middle, base hit into left center field. Center field is chasing it. Doyle backhands it, keeps him from going to the wall. The Carter's got wheels, and he's going to be into second base with his first hit as a Tampa Bay Ray. Now we go to the top of the second inning. Caminero with a 2-run shot. We put up a 4 spot, and that's going to bring in Evan Carter now with nobody on and 2 out. Big outburst off of Michael King here in the first 2 innings. 2-2 count on Carter. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it gets away from the catcher. He throws down to record the out. So Carter gets his first out as a Ray. Now we hop ahead to the top of the 5th. No score. Carter leading off here. First pitch from lefty Kyle Freeland is inside, strike. Carter doesn't have the greatest. He's only a 38 contact, 41 power against lefties, so this is a good test. Much better platoon against righties. Here's a 3-2 pitch as a ground ball to second base. Quick throw, and he's gunned down for the first out. And Carter's back up again here in the 7th. Freeland's still in the game, so he gets another at-bat against a left-handed pitcher. It's going to be a work in progress. We got to get him up higher ratings against lefties. See, there's nobody on, 2 out, 3-2 count. Here's the pitch from Freeland. That's going to be a ground ball to third base, past McMahon into left field. So Carter gets that hit against lefties. We need to see a lot of those. Fortunately, he would be stranded as Morel flies out. Now we're going to hop ahead now to the 9th inning. We got 2 men on, 2 men out. Still 6-1 Colorado. See if Carter can drive in his first run as a Tampa Bay Ray. Facing Jake Bird. It's down to count now, 1-2. Here's Bird's pitch. And it's going to be a pop foul down the third base line. McMahon chases over towards the stands, and he catches it. Nice backhanded grab, and that ends the inning. But Tampa Bay would win this game 6-1 as Ryan Pepio goes to 10-7. Michael King takes the loss, and we win the first game of the series. And take a look at this box score. You can see Caminero, 2-run shot. Carter, 2 hits. Morel, 2 hits. DeLuca, 2 hits. Carson Williams, 2 hits, including 2 doubles and 2 RBI. Pepio pitches great. Uceta cleans it up. And the Rays get the win on the road. Now we have another moment in Colorado. The very next day, we're down 2-1 in the 9th. 2 on. Nobody out. Christopher Morel up to the plate. Let's see if we can get this game tied up or take the lead. See, Morel's 2 for 2, the single and the home run in the game. 4 for 10 in the series. Facing Lucas Gilbreth, lefty. Down the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch, and that's off the plate for ball. Now it's counts even at 2-2. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss as Morel strikes out on the high fastball. Doesn't move the runners up. That's not good, and that'll bring in rookie Trey Morgan. See what he's done on the season so far. He's 0 for 3 in the game. See if he can get a base hit here, get this game tied. Down the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball off to the left side. Morgan, great batting average with runners in scoring position. See if that continues here. Here's Gilbreth's 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Flipped to short, on to first, and that's a double play and ends the game. As the Rockies bullpen gets the room service double play. They're going to hang on and win this game 2-1 as Dollander gets the win. Baz takes the loss. Gilbreth gets saved. Number 16, and the Rockies win the last 2 games of the series. Look at this box score. Caminero, 2 hits. Morel, 2 hits. Didn't get much going. Baz pitched well. Uceta pitched well. Just didn't get enough offense. On their side, Tolia, 2 hits. Pavin Smith, 2 hits. They both had a home run. And Dollander was stellar for the Rockies. In that battle for the number 5 starting spot, George Klassen, see right here, gets the 2-1 win. Palacios with a home run. Klassen, 1 run, 6 hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks over 6 innings. That's on the heels of this start right here, where he got bombed for 5 runs on 10 hits and 4 1/3 innings. So he's kind of up and down as far as that goes. And we'll see what Hunter Barco can do in the next start. He is tentatively scheduled to make this start right here over Taj Bradley because Taj tweaked his back in this start right here. But if Bradley can make that start, then we'll slide Barco into this spot in the rotation and give him 2 starts and see how he does. And Taj Bradley was able to make his next start, so we subbed in Hunter Barco in the number 5 spot in the rotation for this game right here at Seattle. And you can see we got blasted 12-1. Only had 1 home run in the game, only 2 extra base hits. And on our side, Barco, 7 runs on 9 hits and 3 innings. Klassen didn't do much better in relief, 5 hits, 3 walks, and only 2 innings. He gives up 5. And those two guys are in a struggle fest. If they don't get it straightened out, they may lose a chance with Jackson Ferris in spring training. And this game against Atlanta was the next start for Barco, and you can see he is not ready to pitch in the rotation in the major league level, and George Klassen isn't much better. The two of them gave up 10 runs on 9 hits and 6 walks in 2 innings. So yeah, that's not good, and we may have to make Jackson Ferris a September call-up and put him in there and see how he does, and have him audition for the number 5 spot before we get to spring training. I'm thinking that is a very distinct possibility. And in his next start, Taj Bradley fractured his wrist and he is out for the rest of the season. So now we're going to have 2 spots open in the rotation in the month of September. So maybe we do leave Klassen and Barco in there. Maybe we'll just make Klassen the number 5 and bring up Jackson Ferris and let him get his taste at the major league level and see which one of these 2 guys can perform best before we get to the end of the season and into spring training. And we have another critical situation here. Bottom of the 10th inning, tied 3-3 against the Royals. Bases are loaded, 1 out, Evan Carter up. See if he can come through in the clutch and get us this walk-off win at home. There he is, 0 for 2, 2 walks, a steal, a run scored. Got him playing right field today. Could use that arm. It's better than the guys we have right now for right field. Heading to count 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball off to the left. So he doesn't have the greatest batting average with runners in scoring position. See if we can improve that here. The 1-1 pitch from MacArthur. That's going to be a line shot into center field, and that's going to win the ball game. There we go. Evan Carter gets the walk-off win for the Rays as they come back and beat the Kansas City Royals with the line shot up the middle. Way to go, Evan. Need more of that. Check the box score. You see 4 hits for Christopher Morel, 2 for Jake Mangum. The big hit for Carter. Drives in the winning run. Also gets 2 walks and a stolen base. Shane Baz only goes 5 1/3, but the bullpen does their job, and Pete Fairbanks picks up his first win of the season. Let's go. And the injuries keep coming here at the end of the season as Samuel Basallo broke his foot in that game against the Royals, and he is going to be out the rest of the season as well. We got a good look at him for next year, and definitely like what I see there. So we'll just run out Kenny Piper and one of these guys from the minor leagues the rest of the year, and get a good start on next year with Basallo as our starter. And on the minor league side, Jackson Ferris has a flexor strain, and he's going to be out for a few days. So we may have to wait for his first start, depending on how long he's going to miss on that. Won't go on the DL, but might have to rearrange the rotation one time through until he's healthy and ready to pitch again. And we have reached September 1st. It's time for our September call-ups. You can see we are 9.5 games out of the division lead, and we are 8.5 games out on the wild card. We are definitely not making the playoffs, and we're going to make a couple of moves here, maybe 3 actually. First of all, we're going to send down Manuel Rodriguez with his 6.39 ERA. They're going down to AAA. We're going to move Hunter Barco back to the bullpen, and we're going to leave Klassen in the starting rotation, see how he does one more start, and we're going to bring up Jackson Ferris. Got to add him to the 40-man, which means we have to remove somebody. And we are done with Curtis Mead. We're going to take him off the 40-man roster. Jackson Ferris added to the 40-man roster. Jackson Ferris called up to the major leagues. And we're going to put him in the number 4 spot right here. Move Klassen to 5. He and Barco can fight it out for that last spot. But Jackson Ferris is going to hop right in here. And he's going to make his major league debut at Chicago, Wrigley Field against the Cubs. But he's not the only one making a debut, because with our September call-ups, we're going to put Lou Garcia on the 40-man and call him up. And we're going to put Andres Figueroa on the 40-man and call him up. I got to go move a couple of guys, at least one guy off the 40-man. So I'll go do that. I'll be right back and get them called up, and we will watch this game between the Rays and the Cubs as we have 3 Major League debuts: Jackson Ferris, Andres Figueroa, and our generational prospect, Lou Garcia. And we have a very special MLB debut trifecta here in Chicago at Wrigley Field. We get to see generational prospect Lou Garcia, Andres Figueroa, and starting pitcher Jackson Ferris make their debuts all in the same game. There you see Jackson in the dugout before the game, getting ready to go out on the mound, warming up in the bullpen, and much anticipated debut for all 3. See what Jackson did in the minors this year. Picked him up from the Dodgers and the Ha-Seong Kim trade. And leading off, top of the first for Tampa Bay, Andres Figueroa. Hopefully he can be our leadoff hitter of the future. He's the number 4 Major League prospect, number 1 left fielder, and our number 2 prospect behind Lou Garcia, who you'll see up next. Got these guys batting 1-2 in the order. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Horton, and it's strike 2 right down the middle. Need these guys to set the table in front of all the guys in the middle of the order, and a swing and a miss, and he strikes out, so Figueroa doesn't set the table, doesn't get on base. That's the first out of the game, and that'll bring in Lou. As I said, we got to get these guys on base, let the other guys knock them in. And that pitch is low on the inside. Still can't believe Lou fell to us at number 14 in the draft last year.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Should have been in the majors earlier, but I wanted to make sure he didn't qualify for Rookie of the Year this year. We'll save it for next year. And there's a little pop fly in the left field. And the left fielder Ward's going to have that for the second out. You can see our starting lineup. Got Evan Carter batting cleanup today. A lot of young players. There's only 3 guys in that lineup that aren't under 25. Brings in Junior Caminero. He's one of the young guys. He's going to hit a pop fly into center field, and Pete Crow Armstrong is going to easily have that for the third out. So the Rays go down 1-2-3 quickly here in the top half. When we go to the bottom half, Jackson Ferris going to make his Major League debut on the mound. And there he is. Big, tall lefty. 4 pitches, fastball, curveball, changeup, and a 2-seamer. That curveball is a big overhand 12-6. First up for the Cubs, Nico Horner. 1-1 pitch to him. And that's going to be a line drive into center field, and Carter's going to catch that knee high on the run. Great running grab. That brings up James Triantos, one of the Cubs' top prospects. And he's going to swing and miss and strike out. So that's the first strikeout of Jackson Ferris' career at the Major League level. That'll bring in Seiya Suzuki, the veteran. Nobody on, 2 out, ahead 0-2. And he gets him to chase the pitch off the plate and strike out as well. So Jackson Ferris making quick work of the Cubs themselves, and we're going to go to the second inning with no score. And leading off, Evan Carter. Saw him in his critical situation get the clutch RBI. See if he can get on base here. 2-2 pitch. And then strike 3 up and in. Didn't like it, thought it was high. Doesn't matter, he struck out. That'll bring in Christopher Morel. Big power bat in our lineup. 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Suzuki is going to have that for the second out. With no Brandon Lau in the lineup, Morel is the big dude. And speaking of big dudes, here's Trey Morgan, our rookie. He was August American League Rookie of the Month. Gotta love that. Heading to count 1-0. Here's the pitch from Horton. That's going to be fouled back. Gave Trey the full-time first base job and see how he does the rest of the year. 2-1 pitch. And it's a broken bat bloop on the infield. Shortstop grabs on one hop and guns him down for the third out. Horton saws him off. Rays go down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the second. And leading off for the Cubs, third base prospect Elliot Jamison. 20-year-old B potential. Got good power. Down on count 1-2. Here's Ferris's pitch. And a big curveball is going to be a ground ball to short. Williams has it. Throws across, and there's one down. That'll bring in Mike Bush, the first baseman. 0-2 pitch to him. And it's a swing and a miss on that big curveball, and he strikes him out. It's his third strikeout. What a nasty curveball. You got the hitter looking back at the pitcher after you know it was nasty. Look at this. Bottom just fell right out of it. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of those strikeouts. That'll bring in Pete Crow Armstrong. PCA hitting 273. 1-2 pitch to him. It's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Morel running in, and got it at the knees for the third out. Doesn't have the greatest defense out there in left field. Got a big arm, but questionable otherwise. Doesn't matter. We're through 2, and it's scoreless. And leading off the top of the third, Jake Mangum hitting 258 on the year. He's going to pop this into left field. Ward's going to run over towards the line, and he's going to have that for the first out. I'll bring in Carson Williams. His average is a little low, but he's way up there in the Gold Glove hierarchy at shortstop, even as a rookie. He's going to take strike 3 and strike out. Got to work on his bat. We know his glove is way ahead of everybody else in the Major League. Kenny Piper, and here's a smash into right field, and that's a base hit for the catcher. So we get our first man on base. Way to go, KP. Nice line shot to the right side. Now get us back to the top of the order with Andres Figueroa. Struck out his first time up. And we got 1 on and 2 out. Figueroa, great bat. Contact against lefties and righties in the 70s. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a blooper in the center field. PCA running in, and it's going to drop for a base hit. So Figueroa gets his first hit as a major leaguer on that little bloop shot to center field. There we go, Andres. Take it no matter how you get it, man. Got a little 2-out rally going on here as they get the ball for him and throw it into the dugout. So now we got 2 on, 2 out. Lou Garcia up. Clutch spot here, looking for his first major league hit. Can he come through? That's going to be a pop-up into center field, and PCA is going to have this one for the third out. So we don't score any runs, get a couple of late 2-out hits, get Figueroa his first major league hit. We're going to go to the bottom of the third inning. It's still scoreless. And leading off for the Cubs is catcher Carson Kelly. He's hitting 243 on the year. Full count now. Here's the pitch, and it swings and misses the changeup. Nice pitch there. Get 2 different off speeds, a big bender and that changeup. Now to bring in Javon Ward playing left field today, and he's going to take strike 3 as well. 5 quick strikeouts for Jackson Ferris. Let's go. Man, if we have Ferris and McClanahan racking up strikeouts, that's good for us. Here's the first pitch to Rojas. That's off the plate. Rojas is a 20-year-old B potential, great arm, and he's playing because Dansby Swanson's out for the year with a torn rotator cuff. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a shot in the left field. Morel running over, and it's going to drop. You saw he took that false step to his right, and that cost him. That's going to be the first hit allowed by Jackson Ferris at the Major League level. And then to bring in Nico Horner now with 1 on and 2 out. 1-2 pitch. And that'll be a ground ball to second. Lou gets his first chance. Easy flip to first. And Tampa Bay's out of the inning. See if we can get the bats going, get some runs as we head to the 4th inning. It's scoreless. And first up, Junior Caminero having a good year this year. There's going to be a ground ball to first base. Horner's got it, throws the first, and there's 1 down. Saying Caminero having a good year, hitting 290s. See if we can get Evan Carter in that range. He's up to 248 right now. 1-2 pitch. Nasty, slow curveball there, and he strikes out. So both pitchers have big old hook. Getting strikeouts, his 4th. Now to bring in Morel. That's going to be a ground ball. Base hit past the third baseman into the corner. Get the ball back in and going to hold Morel to a single. Tampa trying to work some 2-out magic here.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Now bring in Trey Morgan. Down on the count, 1-2. 1 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a shot into right field, but right at Seiya Suzuki for the third out. Tampa gets a man on, can't get him around. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still scoreless. And leading off for the Cubs, second base prospect James Triantos. Down on the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses on that nasty 12-6 and strikes out for the second time. Ferris has his number. Look at this pitch. Over the top, big, huge bender, and the bottom just drops out. He was way out in front of that. What a devastating curve. That'll bring in Seiya Suzuki, the right fielder. Full count on him. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a foul ball down the right field line. Running over and out of play. Mangum thought he might be able to catch that. We'll reset. Next 3-2 pitch on the way. And he just misses off the plate for ball 4. So the Cubs get a man on. That's the first walk of the Major League career for Jackson Ferris. That brings in third baseman Jameson. Struck him out last time. And that pitch is off the plate for a ball. 1-2 pitch from Ferris. On the way. And he swings and misses and strikes out again. So Ferris up to 7 Ks now here in the 4th. That'll bring in first baseman Michael Bush. Big power threat. First pitch to him. That's going to be a pop fly into left field. Morel running back over towards the corner. He's going to have that for the 3rd out. So Ferris gives up a walk. Gets a couple of Ks in the inning. We're still scoreless as we head to 5th. There's Jake Mangum leading off, the all-time hits leader in the SEC conference. See if he can get us going here. We don't have to wait until we have 2 outs to get a hit. 1-0 pitch from Horton. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Bush has that, and he's going to take it to the bag for the first out. That'll bring in Carson Williams. 2-1 pitch to him. There's a swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 2. Kind of blew that by him. Here's the pitch from Horton. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Foul territory by home plate. Kelly's going to have that for the 2nd out. And we really got to work on Williams' bat in the offseason. That'll bring in Kenny Piper. Singled his first time up. Couldn't get him around, though. Nobody on, 2 out. 0-1 pitch from Horton on the way. That's going to be a smash to third. Grab by Jameson. Throw across the diamond. And that's... Oh, it's off the bag. He pulled Bush off the bag, so no, it's not a 1-2-3 inning. And the Rays get some life here. Just a routine smash to third, gathers himself plenty of time, and just airmails it to the right, pulls him off the bag. Now let's see if the Rays can make him pay. That'll bring up Figueroa. Got his first Major League hit last time up. See if he can find a gap somewhere here. 1 on, 2 out. 1-2 count. Here's Horton's pitch. And he swings and misses on the fastball and strikes out. So Horton pitches around the defensive gaff. We're going to go to the bottom of the inning. It's still scoreless. And leading off for the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong. Blew out his first time up. Heading to count 1-0. Here's the pitch from Ferris. And that's going to be a shot down left field line. It's going to drop in along the wall. Morel gets it quickly, throws it back in, and keeps PCA to a single. And he's got some wheels, so great play there to hold him to a single. Now we have Carson Kelly up. 1 on, nobody out. The 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a smash up the middle and through for a base hit. So now the Cubs get their first 2 men on. Nobody out here. That'll bring up Javon Ward, the left fielder. And he squares around. He's going to try and advance him, and he bunts it foul. Cubs trying to move the runners up with nobody out. See if he does that again. 0-1 pitch from Ferris. Yep, squares around, and he fouls it off again. So Ward can't get the bunt down. Now he's going to have to get a hit. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's a pop-up into center field. Carter, straightaway center's got that. And the runner's going to hold. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring in the shortstop, Jefferson Rojas. 2 on, 1 out, full count. Here's the pitch from Ferris. And it's low for ball 4. Now he's in a real jam with the bases loaded and 1 out. Heading back to the top of the order. Veteran hitter Nico Horner up. Ferris ahead in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike 3 right down the middle. My. Very fortunate there. Very hittable pitch. Now we have the bases loaded and 2 out. Triantos up. Ferris has struck him out both times so far. See if he can work the magic again. Heading to count 0-1. Here's the pitch. And it fouled off to the right. Now he's ahead in the count 0-2. Got him set up. See if he drops the hammer on him with that curveball. 1-2 pitch on the way. It's a shot to left, and that one's gone. Grand slam home run, James Triantos. He gets even with Ferris for striking him out the first 2 times. And hits the nuke to left to put the Cubs up 4-0. My goodness. Almost got out of the jam. But a hung curveball goes a long way, as Ferris just found out. Man. Let's see the replay. Yep, that was a curveball. Didn't get on top of that enough, and that was just belt high. He did not miss. Look at that. Bam. He's going to be dreaming about that all night long. Both of them. The guy hitting it and the guy throwing it. Everybody knew that was gone. Towering shot into the bleachers and left. 408 feet. And the Cubs knock Ferris out of the game, man. That one pitch. He was 1 pitch away from 5 shutout innings. Just couldn't get that pitch where he wanted to. That's a shame. Had a great debut up to that point. And now from the bullpen, Alex Faedo. See, he has a good season. 2.6 ERA. 20% strikeout rate. He's come in and done a great job in the bullpen this year. See if he can get us this final out and get out of the inning. Seiya Suzuki's up. Suzuki heading to count 2-1. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to first. Morgan's got it. He'll step on the bag, and that's the 3rd out. But the damage was done by James Triantos. Big grand slam home run, and the Cubs are up 4-0 as we head to the 6th. All right, Lou Garcia up 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. See if we can get him his first major league hit. Get this offense going. We need to get something going. 0-1 pitch, and that's off the plate for a ball. Lou's our starting second baseman from here on out, so full count, 3-2 pitch. He swings and misses on the changeup and strikes out. Nasty pitch there. That's his 6th K. That'll bring up Junior Caminero. Hitless in this game, 1-2 pitch, and he's going to stay hitless as he swings and misses on the slider and strikes out for the 2nd out. So Horton matching Ferris with 7 Ks. That'll bring in Evan Carter. He's going to hit a pop foul along the first base line. Bush running over by the on-deck circle by the dugout, and he's got it for the 3rd out. Kind of hoping the wind would push that out of play, but it didn't. So Horton rolls through us in that inning, and 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Cubs in the 6th. Jamison leading off. He swings and misses and strikes out again for the 1st out of the inning. First for Faedo. That'll bring in Michael Bush. He's 0 for 2 as well. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And swinging a miss, and he strikes out. So Faedo's continuing with the strikeouts. That's 9 Ks now for Tampa Bay pitchers. 0-2 pitch to PCA, and he takes strike 3. So Faedo comes in and strikes out 3 of the first 4 batters he faces. That's a way to rebound after the grand slam. Got to get our bats going. Let's go, Tampa Bay. Go to the 7th. It's 4-0. And leading off, left fielder Christopher Morel. 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a pop fly into right field. Suzuki's going to have that, and that's going to be the 1st out of the inning. That'll bring in Trey Morgan. And he takes ball 4 high there, so now we got a man on base with 1 out. That'll bring in Jake Mangum. See if he can find some grass somewhere. Horton's first pitch. It's going to be a base hit into right field. And that's going to have men on 1st and 2nd now with 1 out as Suzuki just launches one to 3rd. There's no way Morgan was going to 3rd. So now we have 2 on and 1 out. Carson Williams up. He's been struggling at the plate. See if we can get him going here. First pitch from Horton on the way. That's going to be a ground ball to 2nd. Diving knockdown. Horner gets it, but throw to 1st is late as Williams beats it out. An infield hit. Horner laid out, knocked it down. The ball trickled away. And that's going to be it for Horton. Cubs go to the bullpen. They don't want the same thing that happened to Ferris happen to Horton. New pitcher for the Cubs coming in. Keegan Thompson, see what he's done on the year.
Number 71.
Elevated batting average against lefties. Next three batters are all right-handed, so that's in their favor. He's coming in, bases loaded, 1 out. Can he Piper up? See if he can get this ball out of the infield. Sac fly, base hit. He's already got 1 hit today. Heading count 1-0. Here's the pitch from Thompson. It's a foul off to the right side. Just missed that one. Now we have a 2-2 count. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Piper. And he swings and misses and strikes out on the cutter. Nasty pitch there. Now we have bases loaded and 2 out for Figueroa. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Need a big 2-out hit here. And the pitch from Thompson. It's a smash to second base. 1 hopper off Horner's wrist. Throws to first, and he's late again. That's 2 infield hits off of Horner's glove. Well, first off his glove. This one's off his wrist. Look at this replay. Cubs should have been out of the inning earlier, and it just ate him up. Big hop off the wrist, not into the glove. Both runners who beat it out have wheels, so Tampa gets a break there. It's now 4-1. We have bases loaded, 2 out. Lou Garcia still looking for that first major league hit. Man, could he hit a grand slam here and give us the lead? 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Thompson. That's going to be a foul back. Oh, he just missed. Come on, Lou. 1-2 count now. Find a gap somewhere. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up into left field, drifting back. Left fielder to the track, edge of the track, and he's going to have it. Lou just missed that one. Just missed it. I was asking for the grand slam, and he almost gave it to me. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, it's 4-1 Cubs. New pitcher for Tampa Bay, Edwin Uceda coming in. Great season for him. First batter up, Carson Kelly. 0-2 pitch, and strike 3. That's 4 straight strikeouts. Cubs batters having trouble putting the ball in play after that big grand slam. That'll bring in Ward now. Full count. Nobody on. 1 out. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out on the circle change. That's 5 straight strikeouts. That'll bring in Rojas. 2-2 pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out. So the Cubs hitters, man, they had that one big inning and now they can't make contact at all. 6 Ks in a row by Tampa Bay relievers. We go to the 8th. It's 4-1. And new pitcher for the Cubs, Tyson Miller comes in. Stellar season for him, 6-3, 3.14 ERA in 70 games. First up for us is going to be Junior Caminero. Hitless on the day. Heading to count though, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3. See if we can get a leadoff walk here, get this inning going. 3-0 pitch. It's a shot into left center field. Ward running back towards the track, and it's gone. Just sneaks over the basket into the first row of the bleachers, and Junior brings it back to a 2-run game. There we go. Just got to get a man on base now to have the tying run come up. Need to see more of that at Junior, because the average has been near 290, 95 all year long. Just want to see more pop from that bat. See this replay. 3-0 pitch down the middle, and he jumped on it. A little ambush hitting there. It's a low line drive. Sneaks over the basket into the first row, and we'll take that. Come on, Evan. Let's keep it going now. He's down 0-2. 0 for 3 on the day. That's going to be a pop fly into right center field. PCA running over into the gap, and he's going to have that for the first out. That'll bring in Christopher Morel. Base hit earlier in the day. Heading to count 1-0. Here's the pitch from Miller. That's going to be a shot past third base, and he's going to have his second single of the day. 112-mile-an-hour line drive. So that brings the tying run to the plate now with 1 out. Trey Morgan has plenty of power. Down on the count, though, 0-2. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to third. Throw to second for 1, on to the first, and it's a double play. Did you see where the third baseman was? He was behind the bag, guarding the line, and hit it right to him. But Junior gets a run on the board. Gets it back to a 2-run game now. See if we can get him out here in the bottom of the inning. New pitcher, Manuel Rodriguez, coming in to face the Cubs here in the bottom of the inning. So he's having a rough season so far. Lefties are crushing him at .500 batting average. See if he can do something here to stem that tide. And a swing and a miss by Horner strikes him out. That's 7 straight Ks for Cubs batters. And that'll bring in Triantos. Feast or famine, 2 strikeouts and a grand slam on the day. He's down 0-2. Here's a pitch from Rodriguez. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. Mangum drifting over, and he's got it for the second out. At least we keep him in the ballpark this time. That'll bring in Seiya Suzuki. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that's low for ball 4. It gets away from Piper, but Suzuki's only going to go to first. So now they have a man on first and 2 outs. Let's not let this inning get away from us now. That'll bring in Jamison. He struck out twice. 1-1 pitch from Rodriguez. It's a shot into left field. Morel running in, and got it knee high. Late start, but he finished strong and made the catch. Now we go to the 9th inning. It's 4-2 Cubs.
Now pitching for the Cubs.
A new pitcher for the Cubs, closer Matt Strahm. You can see 43 saves. That leads the National League, tied for the lead. 2.29 ERA. Lefties are eating them up more than the righties are. First up is Jake Mangum, switch hitter. Move around to the right side for the first time. Head to count 1-0. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Jameson's going to have that. And that'll be the first out. Come on, boys. We just need 1 on base to bring the tying run up. Now bring up Carson Williams. Got that infield hit last time. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a little looper to second base, and Horner's going to grab that for the second out. That'll bring in Kenny Piper. 1 for 3 with a single. Need him to get on base some way anyway to keep this inning going and get it to the top of the order. Full count now. Here's the pitch from Strahm. And he takes strike 3 right down the middle, and the Cubs win. Well, our debut for the 3 guys, kind of middling. We had Figueroa do well, get his first Major League hit, actually gets 2 hits and an RBI. Lou goes 0 for. Jackson Ferris, you see, takes the loss. Horton gets the win. Strahm with his 44th save. Let's go to the box score. You can see 2 hits for Figueroa, 2 for Morel. Caminero with the home run. As I said, Ferris, 1 bad pitch ruined his pitching line as the bullpen comes in and strikes out 7 of 10 batters. Go to the Cubs side. You see Triantos, grand slam. He only had 4 hits. It was a big one. He struck them out 15 times, but it doesn't matter. The big blow was the difference in the game as Cade Horton pitches great. We drop the game to the Cubs. And we didn't see Lou Garcia get his first Major League hit in his debut. The very next day against the Cubs, day game, top of the 11th inning, no score. Cubs closer Matt Strahm on the mound, pitches off the plate for a ball. Wanted to make sure you guys actually saw Lou get his first Major League hit. Now we have a full count. Here's the pitch from Strahm. It's a shot into left center field. Left fielder running back to the track, to the wall, and it's gone! Lou Garcia, first Major League hit, is a home run at Wrigley Field into the bleachers. Let's go. Off the best closer in the National League. He's running around the bases, man. Take your time. Dugout's loving it. Gives us a lead in extra innings. Hope to see a lot more of that in the coming seasons. Check this replay. He goes down and gets that pitch right off the meat of the bat. Sends it into the bleachers. It gives Tampa Bay the lead. Let's go. Of course, the dugout giving him the cold shoulder. Come on, guys. He just gave you the lead. There you go. Unfortunately, we would lose the game 4-1. Blew the save in the 11th. We give up a 3-run homer to Matt Shaw in the 12th inning to take that loss 4-1. Tough luck loss. Let's take a look at this box score. There you go. Lou's only hit, home run, or only run of the game, or Flores 2 hits. Claassen 7 shutout innings, but the bullpen, Fairbanks and Yarborough, crap the bed and give up 4. And we take the loss, but we get the home run and the hit from Lou. Yes. And our minor league teams' seasons are over. So hop in here real quick and take a look at the stats. Brooks Lee, remember we got him in the trade for Yandy Diaz, hit 20 home runs down in AAA. Only hit 252, stole 12 bases, and really good progression against lefties, especially. Braden Taylor, 12 home runs, only hit 229. Chandler Simpson ended up with 272 with 45 stolen bases down here at AAA. Tommy Troy only hit 227. Cameron Meisner, 237. Pete Murray finished at 263. Decided to leave him down in AAA and let him face lower caliber pitching. We didn't have much room for him at the major league level, but he'll be back with us in spring training and probably with the team next year in Tampa Bay. And Jonathan Aranda kind of turned his year around a little bit. He was struggling. And on the pitching side, Vassell, not bad. Montgomery, Lesko, both over a 4. Nathan Wiles had to call him up when we called Jackson Ferris up, and he continued to have a great season. Joe Boyle, 163 strikeouts in 154 innings, but he had 93 walks. So that is probably going to keep him from being in our rotation next year. And bullpen-wise, Mason Englert, there you go. 118 innings in relief and less than a 2 ERA. And Sam Ambrose with 30 saves. And down in Double-A, Aaron Sabato, 22 home runs, 87 RBI, hit 279. Great improvements there against right-handed pitching. Kellen Lindsay, 285 with 18 stolen bases. Bobby Seymour with 15 home runs. Theo Gillen, 9 home runs, 13 RBIs, 253. Really improved greatly against left-handed pitching. So he may be ready for AAA next year. We'll see. Depends on how much room we have down there. Chris Newell cracked 14 home runs out of nowhere before he got hurt. And Aiden Smith, 10 home runs, limited play, only had 300 at-bats. And he'll be an everyday starter down in Double-A next year. Pitching side, Owen Wild finished with a 2.25 ERA. Trevor Harrison, 3.41, 13 wins, 11 wins. Jackson Baumeister, 10 wins, 3.04. Reliever side, Marshall Wood, up to a 55 now. Great improvements down here in Double-A. Same thing with Jeff Lasnewski. He jumped up a little bit there across the board. They'll both be back in Double-A next year. Keep improving. And hey, Gary Gilhill, not an easy name to say. 104 ERA. Nice job there. And the closing side, Freddie Terrero, saw him in the Futures game, 45 saves. Way to go, Freddie. And that's it for our minor league prospects. And on the major league side, we finished the year at 75 and 87. Look at these standings real quick. Red Sox won the division. Yankees finished in second, got a wild card. We finished in third ahead of both Baltimore and Toronto. And how many games out? We were 9 games out on the wild card. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams. So we may be in the top 10 when it comes to the draft lottery. It's either 10 or 11, so maybe we move up. We'll see. But I wanted to show you this game right here. We beat the Yankees 8-5, and Trey Morgan supplied the entire offense. He went 3 for 3, 3 home runs, and drove in all 8 runs. My goodness, have a day, Trey Morgan. As McClanahan got his 12th win, and Fairbanks got his 45th save. On the major league side, I'm not going to show you all the league leaders. I'll show that in the very beginning of the offseason episode. I'll show you what the playoffs resulted in, all the awards, and the final stats in the next episode. This one's pretty long to begin with. Junior Caminero leads us with 151 hits, hit 279. Christopher Morel leads the team in home runs with 21. Carson Williams came in second on the team in RBIs after we got rid of Brandon Lau. Hit 15 home runs, only hit 219, but he hit 15 home runs, drove in 65. Palacios had a good year. Wilmer, not bad. We brought him in to give us some pop against left-handed pitching, supplied that. Willie Sanchez kind of nosedive towards the end there. His power went down, only hit 12 home runs, hit 231. He was hitting up in the 260s at one point, just had a bad last week and a half of the season. Same thing with DeLuca. He was up in the 260s and then fell down. Kenny Piper, Evan Carter, not bad. 4 home runs, 11 stolen bases. That's combined in his time with Texas. He only had 37 ABs with the Rangers at 263. See, he's going up. That's good. Trey Morgan, 8 home runs, hit 3 of them in one game. 8 home runs, 28 RBI, hit 245. Massive improvement there against right-handed pitching. Also improved against lefties, so he will be our everyday first baseman next year, although we may possibly put him in right field and give Sanchez first base as a secondary position so that we can get this defense in the outfield and Willie Sanchez bat in the lineup without playing him at DH. Here's what Pete Murray did in the majors. Sam Basallo, before he got hurt, 275 with 5 home runs. And for whatever reason, the computer likes to send prospects back down. It must be for the playoffs or whatever. But Lou Garcia didn't get to see what he did in the regular season at Tampa Bay. 21 games, hit 274, 351 on base, 524 slugging, hit 6 doubles, 5 home runs, drove in 9, stole 3 bases. Andres Figueroa finished 280 with a 385 on base and a 510 slug. 2 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, 17 walks, stole 3 bags. Cannot wait for those guys to play every day at the majors next year. And let's look at Jackson Ferris here. He finished 2-2 in 5 starts, 29 hits, 27 innings. Gave up 5 home runs, got to get that down. 10 walks, 25 strikeouts, a 3.9 ERA. He has to have the inside track for the number 5 starter next year. And I'm sure he'll be battling with Boyle, Vassell, Klassen, Montgomery, maybe even Trevor Harrison and Lesko, Barco. We got a bunch of guys that are going to be competing for the number 5 spot in spring training. And on the pitching side, Shane Baz led us in innings pitched. Ryan Pepio led in wins. Shane was 12-12, had a rough year. I think he gave up a bunch of home runs. Yeah, 31 home runs will do it. And Taj having a great year before he got injured. Klassen, he had his ups and downs. He had 2 really good starts here at the end, and he gave up 5 there, 4 in an inning there, 5 in 2/3 or 2 innings there, 5 and so he was all over the place. He'll be in AAA next year. Bullpen side, Edwin Uceda, 2-5, 2.01 ERA, 1 WHIP, 84 strikeouts, 85 innings. Kevin Kelly rebounded after having a tough start to the season with a 2.8 ERA. Alex Faedo, 269. Garrett Clevenger, 6-12. The dude won 6 games and lost 12 as a reliever. How do you lose 12 games? Anyway, Manny Rodriguez, he had an ERA over 6 at one point. He brought that down at the end of the season. And Pete Fairbanks, our closer, 45 saves. That gives him back-to-back seasons of 45 or more. He had 56 last year. And glad we got him re-signed for 2 more years. And we do have awards. On our side, Lazaro Montes, 22 home runs. But Carson Williams came in second. Not bad. All those RBIs and home runs, just couldn't get the average up. If he could have had that average at 250, 240, he might have won the Rookie of the Year and got us an extra pick. And I know we won a Gold Glove, and it is right here. Carson Williams gets a Gold Glove, breaks Bobby Witt's streak. There we go, Carson. And that's going to wrap up Season 2. You can see the playoff bracket there. We will do the entire playoffs and show you the league leaders and everything. Next episode at the very beginning. I don't expect us to have a hugely busy off season, so we can put that in there and get through the signing periods quickly and get us into spring training. We can see some more young players performing in the spring, have some position battles in the outfield especially, and the number 5 starter, so that'll be fun. So anyway, I really enjoyed this season, even though we didn't make the playoffs, finished under 500. We saw a lot of our young players come up and go all the way through the organization from AA up to the majors. Other guys just went to the majors and got some progress. We got a bunch of guys in our lineup that are 25 and under, and makes me really excited for the future. We already know we have strong pitching, so we just need these hitters to develop, and maybe we can find another veteran bat somewhere via trade or free agency, but we'll take care of that in the next episode. So anyway, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit the notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live. And I will catch you very soon with Season 3 of the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise.